Hey, let me put this. Nope. Let me
So
put this
yeah.
back. Oh, sorry, Mick.
Oh, go
I was
ahead.
going to
Go ahead, Tony.
before you start. I just wanted to say, I've got two giant gallon bags of this block foam um, that I got from at Salbug. Terry Briggs brought over a box of stuff from Lopsy and Orvis, and these are kind of scraps and stuff. But these are nice block foam. I don't cut my own poppers out of foam, but if somebody on here cuts their own poppers out of foam and wants a bunch of blocks of foam, I've got 2 gallon bags full of it. Be
Wow.
happy to give it to them.
Bring it this Saturday because that's I'll actually be bringing some more materials. A lot of it it's going to be for you, Tony, and Jeremy for the VA. To try to build up your supply out there. But again, this is going to be another big load like we had at
Yeah.
Soundbug. So a lot of stuff coming your way. Lots of the crazy thing. I know we just got you a lot of white, red, and black thread. And I've got a lot of pink and chartreuse and other colors too. Lots
Oh,
of thread coming your way.
perfect, perfect.
Chenille. So lots of hooks. Some of them, I wouldn't say they're probably the best for fly tying, but if you're just trying to use them for instruction, you kind of use them for something to tie onto and, it'll still work kind of good. So, but we got a bunch of materials, whatever you guys don't need, we'll have it there. You guys could, uh, anyone else who's there, take what you need. There's a lot of older flies that I thought I was going to dump, but I think I'm going to bring them to Vets Fish Free because we'll have a table for socket. And
Oh,
I'll just put them on our table and say, oh, yeah, if you want to pick up flies, yeah, maybe throw a little donation in the can. So, I'll dump some stuff out there and see if people will take some stuff and throw a couple bucks our way. So, but
Perfect. Many thanks,
talking
Mick.
about Oh, yep. Saturday again. Vets Fish Free will be out there. I'll be out there Friday night. We do not have, like we had when we were Project Healing Waters, we don't have the Friday night. That was granted to another group, which I'm okay with. We could still, hang out there if you want, or we could go find somewhere to chat. No big deal. Saturday, we will have a table at the tent. And so I'll do some tie in there. And we'll have good time. I know we'll have a lot of newbies coming in from the Columbia VA. So hopefully our guys that are out there from St. Louis could tag up with some of those guys and do some one-on-one casting with them and get them fishing and hooked into some fish. So that should be a fun time. Uh, so I know Jim Rogers is doing another catfish cookout. So
oh,
there'll be food there and everything. And if you were there last year, the catfish was delish. So
the
we'll
bomb.
have that while we're out there. Um, and what I want to plan is then that Saturday after the horn and all that, we'll meet. If you saw the email I sent out, we'll meet up at the Bennett Room, which is right in front of uh, Family Crossing Mobile Home Park where I'm at and a couple others. And it's real close to Readings, if you know where it is. If you're coming in from Lebanon down
Hmm.
the road, Readings is on the right and make a turn and you'll see the Bennett Room. So we'll be doing some burgers and stuff. Nothing fancy, just some burgers. Uh, I'll get some coleslaw chips. So we're not going to be fancy. It's just good time to hang out. So,
Can I?
Bill, you had
I'll,
a question?
yeah. Can I text you? Because Gene, myself, and Bill Shield, who's doing the deal over at Yellowstone, is
Yeah.
it okay if we stop by?
Absolutely. That I was going to say, if anyone who's here that's hearing this, whether you're Columbia or whatever group, let me know. I'm planning on getting something like 60 burgers or something like that.
Okay.
Cook them up. That way, whoever shows up will have some coleslaw chips. Again, nothing fancy. Probably bring your own drink.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's just more, bring your lawn chair as well because it's a good area where you can either sit in if you want. there is restrooms, big TV room, so you have everything you need. But we'll probably just sit out there and relax on Saturday and tell some good fish tales about the ones that we caught, the ones that got away. So it should be a fun evening that Saturday. So it should be a good day all day. Uh, Even if it ends up raining, I'm going to have the food already. So I'll try to see if I could still cook near the outside of it, and we could still kind of meet inside the Bennett room, even if it's drizzling a little bit. We could still get together. So I know there's
Okay.
chairs and everything in there as well. I know fly tying was held there on Wednesdays, so there's plenty of chairs and everything. So plenty of room for a lot of us. So should be a good time.
Okay.
So that's this coming weekend. So trying to think of anything else coming up. So we did have our American Legion. We tied up. What did we tie up? Oh, some of the blow torches that I had tied up at while we were out at Salbug. We did some tying with Jameson Shetland yarn and did some bugs with that. Had a good time, chatted. So that was a good time. We'll do it again in May. We'll just have to pick a good time for that.
I'll do that when
Uh,
I get back, Mick.
yep, yep. No worries. I'll have to look at some of the dates too, because I know there's a date in May that I definitely need to get to Bennett. Ben's son is having a graduation party on the weekend, and so I need to make sure I'm there for that. I was invited, and I said I'd be there. So let me get that date for you. Another fun thing to do in 2 days if you want to go. It's now the third, yep, third night of third Thursday of the month. So this Thursday, the 16th, is we're doing bingo night at the American Legion. So let us know if you're going to be there so we can kind of try to hold some spots. Bingo starts at 6:20 sharp. If you're not there by 5:45, you're probably going to be having a hard time trying to find a seat. So if you really want to go, it's a fun evening. We have some good laughs and, just kind of fun, get together, just hanging out and chat for a couple hours. I think outside of that, that is about all we got going on. We still have 24 May Old Man River Retreat, so we still have that coming up.
We've
But
got
then we'll have
we've got the retreat, the class that we're supposed to teach May 3rd at Old Man River Retreat.
is that the third?
Yeah, the class is the 3rd from 9 to 10:30. It's a
Okay.
Sunday. It's a Sunday morning. It's a 2-day retreat. We ought to probably get that on your email.
Yeah, because I have it there, but I have it as a 24.
I think that's a different event. But
Okay.
the actual 2-day retreat is the 2nd and the 3rd, Saturday and Sunday, and we are teaching fly casting and fly fishing from 9 to 10:30 on Sunday the 3rd. And we do need some volunteers that are willing to go out there. I think for sure Mick and Carl are going to lead the class.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm going to make it or not at this point. I've got a big fishing trip coming up the following week that I'm going to be preparing for. But I might make it out there. But anyway, we might have, they've got, I think 14 slots filled out of 24 or something like that, or out of 20. But I don't know if all of them are going to sign up for this class because they have all these different classes they get to go to for 2 days. So I no idea exactly how many people we'll have. We've got the 5 rods from Temple Fork. The rest of us all have extra rods we can bring. And anybody who volunteers is welcome to fish the lake the rest of the day.
Very cool. And I forgot to tell you, I have 5 of the rods that Carl gave me.
Yeah,
So we do have those this Saturday. So if we have any of
excellent.
the newbies showing up that don't
Yep.
have, uh, rods, we could definitely get together on that.
And
So
we do have some people that are coming Saturday from Columbia that have never fly fished. So,
very
so
cool.
anybody who's willing to help out and give lessons, on the lawn and at the bank, we'll be there Saturday doing that, and then again on May 3rd at Old Man River Retreat.
Very cool. All right. So I think that's pretty much everything I have. I'll get with the time real quick. Basically, I'm doing the same thing that Tim Flagler did for a couple weeks ago for the when it was on Thursdays. I know some of our guys weren't able to make it. I thought it was pretty interesting on how to do parachute atoms and some of the cool tricks he did to make it a little bit easier. And so I thought I would try to do that and just kind of show you guys how he did it. I've always loved the parachute fly, and then another similar one, the clink hammer, which they both have the post. And so, you know, I want to make sure I give credit to this. This was work, my ideas. These came from Tim, so I got to make sure I cite my work. But really neat ideas on how to make it a little bit simpler. So some of it completely backwards what you thought, but kind of neat. So I'm going to start with that. Turn out my light where it gets a little bit bright, but then change my camera over. And then spotlight for everyone. Okay, so this is, hopefully you guys can see that. This is the one that I have. It's what I like about this, just kind of looking over, there's dubbing. It looks like a nice even body. The eyelet is wide open, so you're not crowding the eyelet or anything. Kind of went too high up on the post a little bit, but this would still fish pretty good. This is a size 14. Uh, that's what I'll be tying again today. I actually did it onto, this is a size, I think 16 or 18 maybe. So you can go a little bit smaller on it, but still, as you can see, I have that eyelet open, good post and everything. And uh, it made it easier. I know these could be kind of difficult. Right now, I am using a size 14. Uh, the hook looks a little thick, and it is because I could not find any dry fly hook. So this is actually a nympha. So there is a difference. This is a heavy gauge wire, so this would actually, you wouldn't want to use that. So I'm just kind of using this for demonstration. It kind of looks like a dry fly, but it's heavier, so it's going to want to sink a little bit more. So you're going to have to just bear with me on that. For the thread, I love the Semperfly. Let me kind of see if you can see this. This is that 18-aught. So this is extremely thin uh, uh, thread that I use, and it's a nano silk, so it's super tough. You could actually probably spin deer hair with this. But the reason why I like this for dry flies, it's super durable, but as I start this, you'll see it is very minimal on triggers. The hardest thing though with nano silk is getting it started. Once you get it started, you're okay. But as you see, I already have a thread base going down and you can barely see it. And that's why I like this stuff when you use dry flies, because the more material you put on any kind of fly, it's going to want to sink. So you definitely want to make sure uh, this is really good thread. You don't cut it normal by doing this. You just kind of open up the V and push through it and it cuts through. If you try to cut it, it's going to shred a little bit. So I'm just going to continue through with a good thread base. And as you can see, I got a good thread base already, but you can barely see it. So that's a cool thing about this is you're not using a lot of material to build up, so it's not going to get bulky. The tail on this, you could use deer hair, moose hair. I kind of like this paintbrush bristles. Uh, Kind of neat. It's got some different colors to it, and it's relatively cheap. I don't tie with hair that much, so what I like about these bristles, since it is synthetic, they will last a long time. So I'll go about, the hook shank length of it. And what I like doing is I'll put a couple light wraps in first, try to ensure I've got this on top, but then, oops, maybe I pulled it. That's the cool thing with this is I could shorten it if I want or bring it out. So I'm just kind of, I think that looks good. So as I bring this towards the back, I'm going to lift those fibers up so they stay on top. That looks pretty good. I will cut that off. That looks pretty good for the moment. So the first trick that we're going to do, again, I'm going to use a body cord. We used this last Saturday. As I said, I have stacks of this stuff. Got it right here. Change. Real quick. This stuff can be bought on through what the heck come down Amazon. You could buy this, and if you don't, I mean, take some from me. I have so much of this stuff. This is probably a lifetime buy for me. This is my second white that I gave away, and I still have more. You could use white. You could do orange. Again, these are for posts. So any color you're using, it's something that you could see. And all I do is I cut off a little section that you're seeing right here. And I'm going to bring this back to the
Hey, Mick,
video. Yes, sir.
we saw something on Albedes where what a guy did is he actually used an iron. So he put a wet cloth on the bottom and a wet cloth on the top, took an iron and steam, took the binding cord, pulled it through, and about the third time it was straight.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah.
so was that guy, gosh, I wish I got the name of the man, but I talked to a man at Salbug who
Yes.
did that exact thing, and he had some pink, and it was awesome. And he gave it to me, and I've tied some flies with it, and it was incredible. It makes it so much more kind of soft and pliable, but yet it retains the strength. And I do that furled thing, where I tie it in, I furl it, and then bring it
I'll
down
be
and
doing
tie
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and boy, the texture of the cord after he did that, it was very different. It was much softer and more pliable, but still retained the strength of the cord. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
really
I'm going to
interesting.
try and just use a heat gun on it and see if
Yeah,
that does the same
yeah,
thing, because I think it will.
mhm.
I don't think it's the moisture. I think it's the temperature that does
Yeah, I
it.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Never heard of it, but I definitely going to try to find that. That really does sound pretty cool.
Bring your bonnie cord. That way you can
Body
bonnie
cord is
bee.
good stuff. Yep. So basically, I have this little strip, and then, you could see it's all different wound together, and you just got to grab one and pull it through. And that's what I'm going to use. Uh, this actually looks pretty good. We're a nice tight end right now where I don't have a lot of fibers out. I'm going to just put a couple loose wraps on this. Oops. Now I'm going to try to pull this because I don't want to, crowd my eyelet. So I'm going to now put some good cranks on this and get that in. So now what you heard Tony kind of talking about is I'm going to spin it. So with me doing a little twist, it's going to want to curl like that. So now that post is up there. And I'm going to lock that in. Cut this rest off. Reason why I like doing it this way is we're going to have hackle and it's going to want to kind of grab into stuff. I am going to kind of do a couple little wraps right now. Makes it a little bit easier because I don't have any other material messing with me right now. So there's the first trick on how to hold up your post up there. Again, you know, it's not going to fray around. If you have all the fibers out, which, you know, with this right here, this is going to grab fibers. You're going to have a hard time. This kind of keeps it nice and clean while you're working with that. So I'm going to now take this towards the back and I'm going to use some dubbing. What Tim used, and I really liked it. Let me try to get out of this view. This is rabbit dubbing. And he used this because he called it the purple haze. It's really not a true purple, but it's almost like a wine color. And it's rabbit, and it's by Wapsi. Uh, I really like this. You know, it's super easy to use, and I'll kind of go over a little bit what the second little trick that Tim told us about with this. I will try to zoom this out a little bit with my other hand to get this out. So I'm just going to take a little bit of dubbing. The first thing I want to do is kind of basically you call shuffle it, where you're trying to get all the fibers laying the same way. To the side. It's a little staticky. Wish I could do it a little bit better. But if you could kind of see, I have the very end right here still not really spun, and I'm leaving that way for a reason. That's kind of one of the little tricks that Tim said. So I'm going to add more dubbing to it. And if I add it towards that, it will actually all kind of grip together. It'll be all together. Because we'll have the next trick coming up. So I'm going to start wrapping. I want to get a good wrap. As you can see, I started with the dubbing. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin this. As you can see, it's going to actually cord up. It's going to get even tighter. So now when I do touching wraps, there's this nice looking segmented body to it. And I will run out. And I'll have to add more. But there's the start of my body. A little bit there. Even hard, but that's okay. Oh, actually, it did split. I still have a little bit more left. But this is where you get to really control where I don't want it to get too close to the head. Now I'm looking at this. I don't like that post is way too centered. It should be way towards the front. So I miscalculated that. But on this one, kind of hard to see. Like this one's a little bit better. Yeah. It should be way more towards the front. That's in the center. But if you get something like that, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just tie it up. It's still going to do the purpose you need. I just missed that when I was tying it up. I'm not going to fret over that. Let's finish there. Okay. Now the next part, the feather. So they do kind of call out using several different colors. I'm just going to use one. Uh, these hackle feathers can get very expensive. So what I'm going to do is cut the one tip off. Kind of splay it out a little bit. I just need posts. Now, everyone remembers they would tie in the post to the side to go up, and then you wrap top going down. This was a kind of a neat thing that Tim did, and he used the post to kind of, he reversed it, and then the post of the feather actually gave some stability down there. So we just went in reverse. Turn it upside down so it's a little bit easier. Now that's the cool thing about this is that post is so strong right now. As you can see, it's actually holding up my bobbin. So I don't know if you guys can kind of tilt it a little bit, but that is free dangling there. That's how strong that post is by doing it that way, that you could actually have it hang there. I want to try something. I haven't done it yet, so this might fail because this, oop. Need to lock this in. I'll try to almost pull that out. Because I always have a hard time still tying this in when I'm done. Pull some of this off. I thought that'd be a little bit easier to do, but with my fingers. Aren't as nimble as they used to be. But I have that little spot. Let's see how that works. And this is where if you had your post all flared up, you could make it a little bit hard. to get the wrapping in. A little bit extra thread in there. And now what I'm going to do, this is kind of another neat little trick. I'm not going to whip finish it. Use my bodkin and a little bit of UV glue. It's going to put a little drop. It's going to soak it in. There with a little UV. Just do a quick check. It's locked in. Thread is locked in. Then I'm just going to push it through. Swing that in. Oop, too much. That looks good. All right, now I'm just going to cut the top. So it'll put a little bit of the Velcro hook on one of my shop bees, and there you go. So still looks pretty good. I'd give myself only like a 7 or 8 on it because I put the post too far back, but that will still fish. Looks buggy enough, and still looking good from the bottom. So a quick purple haze. Any questions?
You got the cup ready?
The cup is actually looking kind of funky right now. I let it dry out. So
you gotta pre-soak that rabbit though.
what's that?
You gotta pre-soak that rabbit in some liquid floatant. That's what I do. Whenever I use rabbit for a dry fly, I put it in a liquid floatant for 10, 15 minutes, and then let it dry on a paper towel before you take it out to fish it.
There was actually, I think Bill might know it. There's that spray. It's almost for like to seal a tent spray, and you could kind of
Cryon,
put a. What was that?
Cryon.
No, Rain-X.
Yeah, Rain-X will work as well. Yeah, absolutely. Rain-X will work great.
Yep, and it's just a quick spray.
Yeah, what
And
Mick
let
is
it
talking
dry.
about is the stuff you spray on your rain suits and your tents
Yeah.
to reestablish the waterproofing.
And let it dry, and you got pretty much a permanent solution there. So there you go. So
Looks great,
again,
Mac.
yep,
Mick, bring it Saturday. I'll fish it.
yep. And I've got a couple more, and I will be tying up some more flies that I know are going to be, the egg patterns and stuff like that. So I will have some midges and everything as well. So, I'm trying to get everything done before I go. Tomorrow is a little bit of tying and getting the Columbia gift package all set up to make sure you guys get all the stuff, all the good stuff from the donations. So, and then I think Thursday sometime, and then Friday we'll be out there. So, rain or shine, I'm hoping for some good weather on Saturday. It keeps on changing, so I have no idea what it's going to happen. So we'll see.
Right.
But we'll have a good time one way or another. I went through that a little bit too quick. I didn't think it was going to run through that quick. Any questions?
Looks great.
Cool. I don't have anything else to share. We'll have to start scheduling some trips though. Uh, Weather's getting warmer and we could still go out for, doesn't have to be trout. We could try to shoot for some of the bass and stuff. I know we did some at Bush Wildlife. There's some good lakes out there, so a lot of good stuff. Even especially now, once we get June, July getting hot, carp should be coming out too. So we'll have opportunities for that as well.
Mick,
But
this Thursday we've got Bucky McCormick from Blue Ribbon Flies in West Yellowstone, Montana,
okay,
and he's going to be tying some signature flies that were tied by Craig Matthews. Let's see what's he got here.
Gosh,
I've got my
Bucky's a
phone.
legend.
Huh?
Bucky's a legend.
Yeah, I know he is. He tying some signature flies, the Comparadon and a few others that were Craig Matthews flies, and then he said he may be able to get a couple of his own originals on there too. So should be a good meeting this Wednesday, and it is Wednesday night this week, remember, and not Thursday since
not
they changed
Thursdays.
it. Yeah,
I updated that, so
yeah.
absolutely good. And we actually have some people that have been talking to us, so we will actually have some guest tires as well. It's basically waiting on their schedule. We're not going to try to hold them to anything. It's like, hey, when can you tie? And then we'll slide them in. So, but actually, some neat people coming, and actually, someone from that builds bamboo rods. So they'll give just a quick uh, hour-long talk about that. And, he does some classes and all that. So if you're interested in something like that, that'd be really kind of neat. You know, that's a few steps. That's going from rod building, what we've done, to like expert level. I mean, this is, it might take you 20 hours to build one of these our rods. This is going to be well past that. This is attention to detail. You take your time, you don't rush it, you enjoy the process. So,
Yeah, it's the
think
difference between assembling the components or building a rod.
Yeah, right.
yes,
Yes.
yeah,
I think he even said, if I'm not mistaken, I think he said that with all the finishes and whatnot on his rods, it takes him about 80 hours, and he does it professionally.
yeah.
Mhm.
But
Which is
something
which is why they cost $2,500 though too, right?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they do have one at Hargrove's. It's sitting in their display case. It is $2,500 for a three-piece bamboo rod.
Yeah.
Absolutely art. It is absolutely beautiful. So,
Well, his rods at Salbag were gorgeous. Oh my
Oh, yeah.
goodness.
Incredible.
Beautiful rods.
I'd be afraid to
Yeah.
use it. I mean,
Yeah, I
you'd
know,
be afraid to
right?
fish the darn thing.
yeah. But it's, the next level if you want to try it. So, uh, hopefully, eventually, we'll get back to rod building. Probably not until maybe next year, but I think we're getting a lot of people, with the Columbia and all that, a lot of people that have never tied it or built a rod. So that's what we were looking for, is to get some newbies. And we've had, pretty much a lot of our people already built one and possibly more. So, but yeah, we'll do that for sure. I think other than that, that's all I got.
Well, Night Owl Tight Lines, we'll see you all next week.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Hope to see a lot of you on Saturday. You guys have my phone number. Text is probably the best way to get a hold of me. Because I have my phone, even if I'm at work, I could text real quick. It's a phone call is kind of hard if we got a room full of engineers, but text, I could, get back with you real quick. And I have unlimited text, so text away. So that's all I got. So I'm gonna let you guys go. You have 15 minutes left. And I will see a lot of you guys soon. If not, I'll talk to you guys Tuesday.
See
All
ya.
right, cool. See ya.
All right,
Thanks a lot,
take care.
Nick.
See ya.